G'day team. We're back here on the same beach as yesterday, but today I waited till a bit later in the day, and that way the sun is now, instead of being over there, it's there, which means we can now face the camera down the beach. So you guys can see these amazing waves as they kick around this really cool place on planet Earth. The little bubble you see here, that's the front-facing camera. So that's what's happening directly on the other side. So I think just up there as well, is where yesterday's session was. Kind of fun. Anyway, let me flick this over here. Pow. And I know my cheeks are a little bit rosy, but bear with them. It's okay, because... Is this working here? Yeah, there we go. It's okay because I've applied sunscreen already, so that's totally fine. Now I'm trying to figure out why these comments aren't looking up for me. Wild. There we go. You gonna make them bigger for me now? Huh. Ah, there we go. I was confusing for a moment, but we're back. Alrighty, Sergeant. Now, today's a bit different as well, because today we're only using gouache. So, typically we use gouache as support for the egg tempera style to help us out with pigments and certain effects and colour. This time we're not using gouache, not using egg tempera at all, just the gouache. Now what does that mean for the painting? Well, today it means it's going to be single layer, because the egg tempera solidifies the egg tempera solidifies the colours we add, so we can paint over the top. Without the egg tempera, now it's a different ball game. Now without the egg tempera, the paint will reactivate every time we paint over the top of it. So, with that in mind, we have to be a lot more careful when we're lashing all these colours around. And we're probably going to start more on the lighter side of things, when normally we start quite deep on the colour palette. But this is going to be a little bit different. There you go. Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Hey Evan. Wow, welcome on in. Okay. Like I was saying, water and guaga. Those are the two vehicles for this paint today. So that's kind of fun. There we go. We might add just a little bit more water. Help this paint spread just a little bit better. There. I might just adjust you guys just the teeniest, tiniest little bit. Here we go. It's a fun little thing, but it is a bit confusing. There we go. All right. Holding on forever. I don't see nowhere to go. I don't see Pretty fun though. It shouldn't make any sense just yet, guys. We're gonna build in from the light colours, so it's gonna take a lot longer to make a cohesive picture. Hey guys, how you doing?
It's still good.
You enjoying the beach today?
Yeah.
That's good. Me too. Perfect day for it. Perfect day. Hey ya. So, one of the big parts we're working with here is going to be that pure gouache. Meaning we have to start with the light colours. Have to. Because as soon as I touch this with any liquid, it's going to reactivate. That also means though, that we kind of need a soft eraser. So when we want to, we can make the colours actually come off the surface. Whereas with things like acrylic, you only have the option of actually going over the acrylics. It's very hard to pry off, it's more plasticky. Bit higher on the beach today, and since we're at the beach just a little bit higher, it doesn't actually matter what those waves do. They won't be able to reach us. But for one of the first painting sets in the last month, we can enjoy the sounds of the waves without the fear that those waves are going to come get us. So that's kind of nice. Kind of like that. Are we dancers? Signs of vital. My hands are cold. And I'm on my knees. Looking for the answers. Are we humans? What a banger. Are we dancers? Are we humans? Are we dancers? Signs is vital. Our hands are cold. And on my knees, looking for the answers. Are we humans? Wah! Ta. Yeah, we're in the right place. We're in the right place. I like to check it on the phone every day. Just lean in close and see what it looks like in the smaller size. So we can see it in the smaller size. And that means the more, what's the term, in aggregate, make out what's actually happening. Are we humans? Are we dancers? And I'm on my knees, looking for the answers. Are we humans? Or are we dancers? And if I get tired, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a seat just down here, which is absolutely perfect. Welcome on in, Liam. Good to have you here, you absolute champion. There we go. Or are we dancers? Silence is fine. Looking for the answers. Are we humans? Or are we dancers? Are we humans? Or are we dancers? Signs is vital. My hands are cold. And on my knees, looking for the answers. Bum, 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 bum. Wow, 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 wow. La da da da. Silence is final. My hands are cold. And I'm on my knees. Broken body and sweat. Are we humans? Or are we dancers? Da da dee doo. La da dee da da. Cheers, Liam and Evan. Thank you to both of you. You two absolute legends. Now, if anyone's got an eagle eye, and I mean a proper eagle eye, because you need it, you might be able to spot what's been made here. If you can't see it, please, 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 be the complete opposite of surprised, because at this stage, not even the artist should be able to make out what's happening. But it will make sense. Just takes a little time. Are we humans? Or are we dancing? The science is vibrant. Our hands are cold. And I'm on my knees. Looking for the answers. La-da-dee-doo. 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 Woo. You know, as we add more paint to this, I'm starting to change my mind on where I thought that colour palette was going to go. I thought I was going to stay in this pink kind of utopia, and now that I'm here playing, I'm loving those earthy tones, those yellows. Got the kind of Apollo light kind of feel to it. I like that. You know, starting in the light colours, it actually feels far less, what's the word, committing. You kind of feel like you're not overpowering the word with every brushstroke you make, which is kind of nice. Because sometimes when you're painting, it feels at the start like when you do those first dirty big blue and black lines, they can gain control of the word. And then you can spend the rest of your time somewhat wrestling back that control that in the first 10 seconds you relinquish. It's a really, really good quote by a writer. He says she loves the start of the book. She loves the freedom you have at the very start of writing. It's the easiest part. But every sentence needs to follow on from the previous one. And so, I can't remember the exact quote. Basically, the start was the easiest. And as more sentences compiled, suddenly you were more restricted and it became obvious what the next sentence should be until the conclusion basically writes itself. To a degree, a lot of painting can be like that. For better or worse. Are we human? Or are we dancers? And I'm on my knees. What's the next hello? Ba-ding, boom, bam, bam. Vermilion. Not always a big favourite of everyone, but a super fun colour. Vermilion and yellow, quite controversial choices usually, but there's a joy to this one. Look at the potency of that. That's the beauty of gouache. So gouache actually has bigger pigment chunks. So not all pigments are created equal. Some are very, very fine, think like watercolour, and some are very, very fat. And that's the main difference between watercolour and gouache. It's literally the size of the pigments. So when I say size, you imagine a whole bunch of tiny little grains that have the colour in them. The bigger the grains, it can change what the painting looks like. Watercolour is very, very transparent and beautiful because the grains are so fine. And then gouache is very matte and opaque, which means hard to see through because it's so thick, fat with its grains. So you lose that beautiful shine or transparency. But what you gain, and what with a compromise, is the power in colour. Gouache and tempera. There are very, very few other ways of painting that will have that same level of pigmentation. It's rare. It is rare. Gouache just loves popping, powerful colour. You can tell. See it jumping off the canvas. And especially in bright sunlight, when the sun's really coming down. That's when I enjoy the most having the trail of thought. That's when sun coming down is when I enjoy actually using intense colour palettes the most. That's when I really think it ticks the box. I mean, you can always use them in a studio, but with pristine, controlled lighting and things, I just feel like there's something more you get from the sun. And in this case, this isn't Apollo that we're painting, but it's appropriate we would do it under the real sky with the real sunlight. Because if you can start to see this picture, you might start to see, I'll spoil it for you here, but you might start to see Atlas. Atlas is a giant from Greek mythology. And Atlas holds up the universe underneath his strong arms. Stephen Fry, great writer, talks about a quick anecdotal story about Atlas with through Hercules' eyes. But Atlas holds up the universe, and basically, story goes, Atlas knew where to find a yummy fruit. You're not supposed to get a special fruit that Hercules needed for one of his trials. And the fun behind that is Hercules needed Atlas to go get it. So, what they did was Hercules held up the universe, the cosmos, for a brief moment to allow Atlas to go get it. And then, we all think of Hercules as stupid, but actually he tricked Atlas into taking the cosmos back by the excuse that he needed to readjust his footing, according to Stephen Fry. And because Atlas's intentions were to leave and never come back, but he's nothing if not a sweetheart wanting to let Hercules readjust his footing. That turned out to be a mistake that has Atlas holding the world up, the cosmos up, in fact, to this very day. So, is that very smart of Atlas? I don't know. I know Hercules would have struggled a whole lot more to hold it up for this period of time. Are we humans? Or are we dancers? Size is vital. My hands are cold. Da-da-dee-doo. Da-ba-ba-da. Are we human? Uh-oh, spaghetti old. Show you a little trick here, guys. See this tube here? This tube is dried out, so I can't actually squeeze the paint out of it. What you can do is a naughty little trick. You can unwrap the bottom of the tube, and then sometimes, no, it's too old, sometimes you can squeeze it out in the other direction. Not this time though. Luckily, I brought a spare. So, always bring a spare, especially if it's your favourite colour. And this one is ultramarine blue. See, I'm still afraid of the waves. It's crashing in. What? Cover up my knee holes there. Actually, give me a second, guys. It is getting a bit sandy in here. I'm gonna lift these up because the one thing that gouache is not very good for is getting a little dose of texture in the paint. Ideally, we wouldn't let that happen. Right, here we go. Let me stand back and have a look-see at this. And it's coming. Near down. Teeny bit more right there. Hey, g'day Luke, welcome on in. Coming together. Are we dancers? Are we human? Or are we dancers? Our science is vital. Our hands are cold. Looking for the answers. Zealand. I'll spin you around here a little bit. We've come up the beach a little bit, so that way the waves can't quite reach us, so I don't need to panic the whole time, which is primo. Now, a couple of details around this place. Over this side here, there's some rocks here, but you can actually see the mount. I climbed it this morning with Shelby and little baby Cooper, and incredible walk, lovely, hot, but lovely. And over there, this island here in the distance, that there, at the top of it, there's a blowhole. And the blowhole, especially on rougher days, lovely to sit down with some fish and chips and just enjoy it. So, anyway, this is also the most primo day following a storm to wander down this beach, the length of this beach, and do one of my guilty pleasures. What's one of my guilty pleasures? The guilty pleasure of looking for special shells. I like looking for rocks, I like looking for shells. And this straight after a windy day, a storm, is the beach for it. Now, the picture we're doing here, let me spin you around to it. We started off feeling wild. Paint was everywhere, in all directions, lighter colours first, and we've just added in our ultramarine blue, which is a deep, strong blue, and a bunch of our dioxide purple, which is a rich, royal purple. Now with those two colours there, you might start to see, now I'm saying starting, so we're still in the wild early stages, the giant from Greek mythology, Atlas. Now, a lot of pictures of Atlas show him subdued by the weight he carries, which is effectively the entire cosmos. But with the picture I'm doing here, I wanted to show off less of the boulder, put that behind him, and more of his effort, or plight, I should say. And so you can see his hands, they're bearing something ridiculously heavy. You can see his face almost grimacing under the weight there. But then you can see, as a giant that he is, the strength, the sheer power, the force that he drives up to lift the cosmos. So this is less the duty of Atlas, and it's more the character of Atlas. And so you may see only the slightest hint of the cosmos, but I wanted the entire scene to be him. Now, time to get some fleshy colours in there. We've had fun, but now it's time to use what's always a naughty pigment. Not brilliant violet. And that magenta colour is going to really brilliant violet. Are we humans? Or is it being repetitive? Singing the same song all the time. Probably he did. Lovely. Little spat. We're going to go through two colours. First one is magenta, and the second one is turquoise. Magenta's a gorgeous colour too. It's going to do a lot of justice to the elements of this character. those purple areas. I'm liking them up. Just a little bit here and there. Next colour off the grandstands, team. It's going to be, if I can get the car. Woo. The world says no. Seb, we're not allowed to cut. But we'll be fighting. Alright. Bit of blue. Here we go. And a turquoise blue, baby. We're going to stop mixing in that bit of water and just add that colour straight on there to make it pop. That's the plan. That's the plan. So our strokes get smaller, but the pop behind the colours, unheard about levels of pop. So, yeah, that. Here we go. Hello. How are you doing? That's what we want. Just like that. Just like that. Absolutely. Some light colours like this ad, they're just going to get in there and really set the character life. Ooh-wee. Get that pop. Especially around that head. It's just going to really make the Terry's hair stand out. Got a sandfly bite team. That slows you down. turquoise, baby. Always makes it fun. Now, come back here. No. Can't afford to lose you just yet. Especially with multicolored tubes. What will that be? First off, get yourself a car. Then we have the problem of choosing what the next colour's going to be. Ready for it, man? Hey, cheers guys, appreciate it. Enjoy your walk. Lovely people coming past. Permanent green tea. Permanent green light. These are the questions. Or up. Audience. Are we humans? Or are we dancers? So one thing we can do here, if we wanted to, is wet this little rag. And with a wet rag, we can wipe off parts of it, because gouache is always reactivated in the water. Now, I say that because we can, but I'm kind of liking where everything's sitting right now. But if we felt like some area there was a disconnect, that is an option that is open to us, which is sometimes taken. Sometimes taken. Highlight points. And I'm on my knees, searching for the answers. Are we human? Or are we dancers? I'm sorry guys, that's been... Come on! Give me cup. I got them all mixed up yesterday, and now I don't know which ones have paint in them, which are holding it inside, and which ones are actually fresh and new, so it is what it is. And Jaman, welcome on in, good to have you here. absolute legend. Who else do we have here? I can't pronounce that name, but I'll call you Double Four Leaf Clover. Good to have you in here too. So, one thing that's really fun about having you guys here is I believe art's a collaborative process. So when you share the journey with people, not only does it help them connect more with their destination because you went there with the artist, but it actually also allows me, it's a symbiotic relationship, if that's the right word. It allows me to feed off you guys as well. And I create very different work when I'm working alone versus when I'm working collaboratively. And since I believe, when it comes to my art, that the fundamental reason for art to exist is connection. Connection, and then if you can spread love and joy with it, primo. But since I believe connection's the most important thing, sharing that art, sharing the process with other people, not just the sale of it, not just the prints of it, but the actual process, that's a really potently valuable thing that art can do. So, and even if the painting finds a home where it's only seen by one person ever again, and there's never prints, you know, it goes to one place. At least, on the journey, everyone can be involved and share that, because so much art is such a beautiful, fun process as it gets made, and we deny the world the ability to see it. So thanks for sharing this little space with me here today. Thanks for being here and joining me while we create Atlas. Kind of fun. Now, we're going to get a bit naughty here. A bit naughty. We've used up the predominant bunch of colours. Obviously we have other ones. We've got greens, we've got these other hues, but actually I like where we're sitting. I like the yellow spectrum moving towards the warm oranges. I like the blues and the purples. The final colour, the most naughty, wild colour of the lot, we're going to add some black, because through the black we get that last little bit of defining. Only in the darkest of areas. If we use it too much, we'll lose all our hard work. So, just a little bit, touch points, baby. So in here, I'll stream a little bit through here, and then it's going to sweep down. There we go, just like that. I'm not going to colour it in. I'm just going to let it sit on top. Let the black be the gestural elements that actually connect the image, rather than giant block areas. Yeah, we don't want that for the black. Are we dancers? And there we have it, team. We are done and dusted for today. And just in time actually, because the sun is right there, but it's about to drop down behind the mountains. So today, and we'll come back to this, but that's our first layer on Atlas. Atlas, if you don't know who he is, Greek god, holds up the cosmos, the universe, the whatever, and he's looking pretty cool actually. I kind of like it. If you've been here since the start, thanks for joining. I'm off to first pack up this, but then have dinner. I need to exercise. So the last little bit of light will be good for that. What a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll take you for a quick look around this beach. Up we come. This is the beach here. So Atlas, the picture we've been working on, just down here, and you can see kind of like, I don't know, I've never been to Miami, so like Miami's beach, but waves coming on in here. That's that blowhole island I was just telling you about. Then out this way, the rocks leading up to, excuse the sun, that's where it's about to dip, Mount Maunganui. And then right the way round, here's my fun little spot. Pretty fun. Let me spin you around for one little look at the painting, and then I am ready to disappear. Cheers guys, you're a pack of legends, appreciate you joining. All the best from the from today's studio. See you guys.